My name's Emily Harper, and I'm 25, living in Willow Creek, Tennessee, a small town where gossip travels faster than the wind. I'm the sister of a well-known doctor, Ethan Harper, and I've been staying with him and his wife Sarah ever since our parents passed away years ago. Ethan runs a clinic downtown, prescribing weight loss pills that work like magic. Patients walk out chubby and come back the next day looking like they've shed half their size. I've always been on the heavier side, and at 190 pounds, I've faced rejection after rejection when it comes to dating or marriage prospects. People in Willow Creek don't see my smarts or my computer science degree. They just see my size. Growing up, I was the healthy kid, as Grandma used to say. But by 25, healthy meant 190 pounds on a 5'4" frame. I'd tried everything: keto diets, CrossFit, juice cleanses, but the scale barely budged. Maybe 5 pounds off, then back to square one. My younger sister Chloe is 20, stunning, and slim as a model, with a confidence that borders on arrogance. She's the golden child of Willow Creek, turning heads wherever she goes. I love her, but her teasing about my weight stings. "Em, you'd be so pretty if you just lost a few pounds," she'd say, smirking. It wasn't just her. Everyone in town had an opinion. Such a smart girl, but if only she were thinner. The comments burned, and I started hating every skinny girl I saw, especially Chloe. Ethan and Sarah were my rocks. They paid for my college, cheered my successes, and never let me feel the absence of mom and dad. But my weight was a wall even. They couldn't break through. I'd beg Ethan for his miracle pills, but he'd always refuse, saying, "Em, it's not for you." I didn't get it. He gave them to strangers, so why not me? My weight wasn't just a number. It was why no guy in Willow Creek would give me a second glance. I'd dream of a handsome husband, a big wedding, and a life where I could wear whatever I wanted. But every date ended with polite excuses. "You're great, but..." I stood in front of the mirror, clutching the edge of the sink like it was the only thing keeping me from falling apart. The harsh white light above exposed every curve, every fold of skin, every part of me I tried so hard to hide. My breath fogged the glass as I leaned closer, forcing myself to look, really look, at the woman staring back. She wasn't ugly, just wrong. Wrong in a world that only applauded the flawless, the slim, the pretty. I pulled at the sides of my kurta, wishing it would somehow stretch and reshape me into someone lovable, someone worthy. But the mirror never lied, and today, it was crueler than ever. One humid July evening, I was at a town barbecue, wearing a flowy dress to hide my curves. I caught sight of Nate Sullivan, the son of our new neighbor, Linda. Nate was 26, tall, with tousled dark hair and a smile that could melt ice. He was helping his mom set up tables, his t-shirt clinging to his muscled arms in a way that made my breath catch. I'd heard he was single, and for a moment, I imagined him noticing me, his eyes lingering. I fantasized about his hands brushing mine, a slow dance under the string lights, his lips whispering something sweet against my ear. But when I approached Linda to chat, hoping to charm her, she barely glanced at me. Nate didn't either. Another rejection, another reminder of my size. Desperate, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Ethan's clinic was the talk of the town. Women swore by his weight loss pills. If he wouldn't give them to me, I'd get them myself. One morning, I borrowed a wig and sunglasses from my friend Mia, dressed in an oversized cardigan to look like just another patient, and slipped into Ethan's clinic. My heart raced as I approached the counter, keeping my voice low. "I need the weight loss pills," I said. Ethan didn't recognize me. He handed over a bottle with instructions: 2 pills a day for 15 days, then wait 15 more for results. I paid cash and left, my pulse pounding with victory. Back home, I hid the pills in my dresser. For 15 days, I took them secretly after meals, avoiding Chloe's prying eyes. By day 20, I noticed changes. My jeans felt looser, my face sharper. By day 30, I stepped on the scale, 115 pounds. I stared at the mirror, barely recognizing the woman looking back. My curves were still there, but now they were alluring. I slipped into a fitted red dress I'd bought years ago, dreaming of a day I could wear it. It hugged my body perfectly, and when I turned, I felt a rush of confidence. I imagined Nate seeing me like this, his gaze darkening with desire, his fingers grazing my waist as he pulled me close. The thought sent a shiver down my spine, warm and electric. I did my makeup, let my hair fall in soft waves, and stepped out of my room. Sarah saw me first and gasped, "Emily, you look... wow." She called Ethan, who was in the living room. When he saw me, his face went pale, like he'd seen a ghost. Did you take my pills?" he asked, his voice trembling. I nodded, expecting him to be thrilled. Instead, he sank onto the couch, head in his hands. "You don't understand," he said. "Those pills, they're not safe." Sarah and... I pressed him and the truth spilled out. Ethan had been working on the pills for years, hoping to help me and others like me. He'd consulted top doctors and pharmaceutical companies, but the formula wasn't perfect. The weight loss was temporary, 2 months max, before the pounds came back, sometimes with side effects. He'd been testing it on willing patients, refining it, but he refused to let me try it until it was 100% safe. "I couldn't risk you," he said, tears in his eyes. "You're my sister." I felt like the floor had dropped out from under me. I'd been so desperate to be thin, to be wanted, that I hadn't considered the consequences. Ethan tried, contacting his mentor, a doctor in Chicago, but the man was unreachable, traveling abroad. For days, Ethan was a wreck, blaming himself for not securing the pills better. He decided to destroy the remaining stock. I helped him gather every bottle from the clinic, and we burned them in a metal bin behind the house, watching the labels curl into ash. He stopped prescribing them entirely, refusing to give anyone false hope. Sure enough, by the end of 2 months, my weight crept back to 190 pounds. The red dress went back in the closet, and I hid in my room, dodging calls from friends I'd promised to meet. The shame was worse than before. I'd tasted confidence only to lose it. Chloe tried to talk to me, but I shut her out, still stinging from years of her taunts. Ethan, though, wouldn't let me wallow. One night, he came to my room. I'm so sorry," he said. "I wanted to fix this for you, but I messed up. I should have been honest." Seeing him so broken, I realized something. Ethan's love for me was never about my size. He'd risked his reputation, his career, to help me. And I'd been too, obsessed with my flaws to see it. I hugged him, tears streaming. "It's not your fault," I said. I pushed too hard. That moment shifted something in me. I'd spent years hating my body, hating Chloe, hating every skinny girl who seemed to have it all. But maybe my weight wasn't the problem. Maybe it was how I let it define me. I started going out again, facing the town's whispers with my head high. Chloe and I had a heart-to-heart, and she apologized for her teasing. "I was jealous of how smart you are," she admitted. "I thought being pretty was all I had." We laughed, cried, and started rebuilding our bond. Now, we're closer than ever. No more sniping or jealousy. As for love, I'm still single, but I'm not chasing it anymore. I've got Ethan and Sarah's endless support, a sister who's become my best friend, and a new kind of confidence, one that doesn't come from a scale. If the right guy comes along, great. He'll get a woman who knows her worth, curves and all. Until then, I'm living my life, wearing what makes me feel good, and letting Willow Creek talk all at once.